What's up, Team RAR? Welcome to our biggest house project yet. In today's video, we're gonna be remodeling and painting the entire Team RAR mansion. This house was built in the late 80s, and when I purchased it just a few years ago, it sat abandoned for about 10 years. A lot of the styling is still from the 80s and early 2000s, and it definitely needs a huge makeover. And since it sat abandoned, it also needed a ton of work. Over the last 3 years since I bought this property, I've put in tons of work, replacing the roof, fixing leaks, plumbing, all of this crazy stuff from the house sitting abandoned. The next step is now to focus on the interior of the house, and this is by far our biggest project yet. We're gonna be breathing life into the inside of this house, trying to update all the old styling. Bringing this house back to life is now a life goal of mine, and today we're taking on one of the biggest steps to bring the house back into the modern era. So stay tuned and see how it turns out. The first step in this process is making sure everything is tarped and taped off. Here on RAR Garage, we make all kinds of cool, crazy stuff at the garage. But this channel isn't limited to only garage-related stuff. In this episode, we're gonna be taking RAR Garage and doing a project on the house. Next, we have to paint all the trim and edge sections. These are the most tedious. The small details are the easiest to miss and take the most time, so knocking these out first and then filling in everything after is the best way to do this. You think it looks good?
I think it looks good. It's not even like, it's like a quarter way done. There's so much more to do.
There is so much to do. They're doing all the tedious stuff, which is like the molding and the trim. They just started doing the columns, which are kind of big, and then I think tomorrow they start with the walls. But once you get all the tedious stuff done, the walls, which we have the most of, all this yellow is gonna melt away and turn white. And the color we picked is this one, called Snowbound.
Very nice.
Nice. The edges and lines are looking really good and really clean. So let's get started on filling in the rest of the walls. We are painting the ceiling a ceiling white. It's just super bright, flat color. The trim is gonna be a semi-gloss snowbound, and the walls will be snowbound. So basically, we're getting rid of all the yellow in the 1980s style house, and we're gonna freshen it up and give it a new look. When we moved into the Team RAR house, it was super bland, and the colors, honestly, they were awful. And I've been working nonstop over the last 3 years to just get all the yellow out of this house. The outside was yellow, the inside was yellow. Honestly, even like some of the carpets are yellow. So I've been determined to bring this house into the modern era and paint everything, well, pretty much just white. I've been working so hard to make this house my dream home. We've installed a mezzanine inside, we've made so many secret rooms, and done so many amazing things, and this is getting us so much closer to our dream. I definitely can't wait to get the yellow out of the bedroom because there is so much yellow going on. The columns turning from yellow to white happening right now, and I couldn't be more excited. It's really incredible seeing the transformation in real time. You can actually see how everything goes from dark and yellow to clean and white. It's so much brighter. The interior of this house is so intricate with all the molding and features that painting it is actually incredibly difficult. Almost all exterior walls of this house are made of glass and they don't need paint. So there's not a ton of surface area we have to paint, but it's so detailed and intricate, and the ceilings are about 25 feet, making this project very difficult. We are now down to the last few spots and it's looking great. But while we were getting it painted, we realized we missed a spot in the theater. We gotta have a black ceiling. And this was Matt's idea because we painted it white and it just wasn't the vibe. So we picked a dark color and they're getting started. Now that the theater is done, it is looking so amazing. It feels perfect. I'm so glad we chose a dark ceiling. Now it's time to do a walkthrough and see how it all looks. Moving on into the kitchen, this is another spot where the house really looks so much better. All these walls are now white all the way floor to ceiling. All of this facade is painted, the back walls look great, the fireplace especially, that was yellow all the way up. Even when we were like halfway done the painting, this was still not painted, and I just was waiting for that to turn white, and it now is, and it's looking so much better. Future projects are gonna be the yellow cabinets. We're gonna change that color, so stay tuned for that. But another last minute change, I think this was Matt's idea, was to hit the ceiling of the movie theater, so let's go check that out. Oh, yes.
Wow.
I mean, Matt's the movie theater guy at his house. He's completely transformed one of his rooms into the ultimate theater. So the note of painting this black, we actually painted it white first. It went from like a manila-y, yellowy to white.
Which was worse in my opinion.
Yeah. So it cost twice the paint job, budget to get this black, but honestly it's worth it. It's so much more movie theater in here. It's a little old school styling, but this is definitely a step in the right direction.
Way better. Next step, get rid of this cheetah print.
I don't know, I kind of like
Comment down below if you like the cheetah print. All right, so my old room had like a red wall. I think that's all white now, so let's go see what that looks like. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, this is a different print.
This is great.
Completely. You gotta look at the before and afters.
Oh.
It was dark red there. This still needs to maybe get replaced. That's a little funky. It reminds me of like a Hawaii little like tiki hut. So did not put back the curtain cover thing, which was like a huge bamboo-y.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
So it was
that.
like made of twine or something, but that used to be up here, so that's all removed.
Yeah, this is something. And this bathroom was like some crazy cheetah print wallpaper. They love cheetah print.
Right. It was also movie theater cheetah print back here.
Yeah, this is crazy. Might have to move back in.
Yeah, this is fresh.
Wow. It's actually bright in here now. It used to be so dark, it was like you're in a cave.
It's amazing what a single layer of paint can do. So coming up here on the upstairs, looking this way, you can really get a good view of all the white. There's still a few pieces that are actually yet to be painted, so it'll even further brighten the house. But coming up here, you can really look off in the vast distance of the sea of white as opposed to yellow.
Oh, that's nice. Great view of the mezzanine too.
This hallway used to be so yellow, and now it is so much brighter. I absolutely love this. And we're going into the master too. The ceiling feels so much taller.
Ceiling feels great. Left the clouds there. Those are amazing.
Yeah, had to leave the clouds. Those are one of my favorite features of this room, is all that, like, I don't know, it must be custom hand painted, like artist came in here kind of thing. So I love that. That's definitely a timeless piece. Putting the white up against it really brings the colors out. You can see it. The yellow is so distracting in here. This, I think, might be the biggest change. This area in the bathroom looked so busy and so crazy. And now that it's white, I can sit there in peace. I can't believe it. The new colors look great. Now that the house is painted, the only question left is what will we do next? Stay tuned and see what crazy projects we're taking here on Raw Garage.